presentation is being recorded. So thanks for joining us today. I know it's really busy with summer and work and all of the different things that we all have to juggle. And I am really excited to talk to you today about my views on partnering with you all as parents and guardians. I think that our partnerships are really crucial to the success of our students, and I really value you all as a key piece to the puzzle of helping all of our students learn and grow social emotionally, academically, in all the different areas. And everyone in this community that I have talked to has just talked about how much they love the school, how much they enjoy being here, whether it be students, staff, or parents. And that is such an incredible testament really to each of those groups of the hard work that you have all done to build strong relationships, whether it be with Mr. Halpern or your children's teachers, volunteering in the school or supporting the school. And so let me first start by thanking you for just being an incredibly supportive community, an incredibly welcoming community, and just a community that really wants to partner together to do what is best for our students. If you attended last time, this first slide is going to be a little repeat, but I did want to repeat it just for anyone who might not have been able to attend last time. I did grow up in the area, just so you know a little bit about me. I graduated from Stevenson High School. Whoops, sorry about that. I went to U of I for undergrad. I majored in elementary education and then got my master's from Northeastern University in school administration. Right over here, you can see my family, my husband, Aaron, my daughter, Shayna. This is our dog, Abby. She is a rescue dog, and we love her very much. She's very sweet. And then this is a picture. We're really fortunate to have our extended family also be local. So down here in the bottom right corner, you can see both my husband's and my parents, our grandparents, our siblings and their spouses, as well as my daughter. That's a little bit of an older picture, but we are really lucky to have our family close by. And then this orange frog that sort of is just representative of me. And I think that one of the things I always want to tell parents is that I really try and view everything that we're doing very, very positively. It's just a part of who I am, and it's a part of how I think we can work together to accomplish all of our goals for one another, for the school, for our students, for our community. I think when we put our minds together, when we work together, there's really nothing that we can't accomplish. I think, if we all think back to last year, for those of us that were, everybody was experiencing it, whether you were a parent at Braeside or, a parent with a preschool or just trying to work and get through a pandemic. But really, we had an incredible school year last year in this district, and it was really a true testament to everybody, parents, teachers, students, everyone really working together. And so as you get to know me more, you'll find that I'm really positive. I have a really bright outlook on things, and I am excited to be here and share that with all of you. So you all submitted some great questions, and some of your other community members submitted them. So that's really what's going to guide most of our conversation today. And so the first question that sort of came up is, what is a parent partnership, or what is a parent guardian partnership? And so I think it really has two components. I think that real true partnerships are proactive partnerships. We'll always work together, and when things come up, we'll always solve those problems. And I think that being partners takes some intentional work. It takes us really finding set times to connect with one another. For me, it's really important to hear your parent voice and what the experience of being a Braeside parent is like for each of you. I am a parent myself. I have, as I shared, my daughter Shayna, she's 3.5. And so she goes to preschool. And so I have a different experience as a parent at her preschool than I do as an administrator at this building. And I think that our ability to work together and talk through things even before they happen is really just crucial. And part of that is I really view myself as a listener. It's really important to me to be a listener, to ask questions, to be curious about your experience. Even though I've been in the district for 2 years, each of our schools is unique, and it has its own specialness and its own unique identity. And so for me, I really want to come in as a listener to you. In my past presentation, people had asked me, what were my immediate goals for Braeside and what things what things was I going to keep and what things was I going to change? And my answer was, I just want to learn. I want to learn about your community. I want to learn about our partnership and how it's existed in the past. And then we can work together to celebrate the areas where we're doing really great and improve the areas where we would like to improve. I also think our partnership really is a mutual respect. I have tremendous respect for you all as parents. It's the toughest job in the world to be a parent, and it's both exciting and scary and all different emotions. You know, being a parent is, like I said, simultaneously the best and hardest job in the world. And so I have a tremendous amount of respect for you. I really want you to be included in our community. You know, I want you to feel like you're a part of our community. And I want us to have open two-way communication, meaning that it's not just me communicating with you or you communicating with me, it's that we're communicating with one another openly. And ultimately, I think all of these other things will really help us establish trust, because I think that's really one of the core things that it takes to have a successful partnership is the trust of one another, that we all have everyone's best interests and we all have aligned goals for our community and our school. So how to reach me? Some of you asked, how can you reach me? You can email me, you can call me. I'm happy to hear from you at any point. I'll leave this on the screen for anyone who wants to take a quick note. You know, during the school day, I'm out in the school as much as possible. I'm not always by my email, but please reach out. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. This goes to my voicemail, this 3401. 3400 is the main school line, which our amazing administrative assistant, Ms. Pickens, would answer. But please email or call. I don't have a preference either way. If you email me or call me, I will respond to you either way. I will communicate with you in addition to email and phone. If you don't already follow us on Twitter, if you have a Twitter, you can follow the Braeside School account. That is different than the Braeside School account in the past. Or you could I would love for you to follow me personally. So either one of those ways, you can follow me on Twitter. I'll post things about what's happening at school, what are, you know, if I visit a classroom, sometimes I repost my newsletter on there. So the Twitter is one way that you can hear about the school. The Bobcat Bulletin, hopefully you all have been receiving that. That will be our weekly parent newsletter that I'll be sending out. As much as I can, you know, whatever I post on Twitter, I'll try and put in the bulletin. Whatever I put in the bulletin, I'll put on Twitter. Not to be redundant, but just everybody has places where it's easier for them to access information. And I want to make things as easy as possible for you to access. And then this is our school website. It's just the district website with Braeside attached to the end. So beyond phone and email, these are the three main ways that I'll be sending out communication. Communication norms. That was couple questions that I received is, what do we reach out to you for? What do we reach out to the teachers for? How do I prefer to be communicated with? When do I prefer to be communicated with? And so I think if you remember anything else from today, I hope that you know, please reach out to me anytime. I really want to work with you and I really care about building these relationships with you. It's really important to me. And so if you're hesitating, please don't. If you think that you want to reach out to me about something, I'm encouraging you to please do so. I'd rather you reach out and ask the question than sit and wonder or feel like you don't understand or feel like you want to know more about something. So you're welcome to reach out to me anytime with anything you'd like to discuss. There are certain things that your child's teacher is just going to be more knowledgeable about. The day-to-days of your child's learning, things that are happening in the classroom, your student's teacher is going to be the most knowledgeable person about those things. During the school day, like I said, I'm not necessarily by my email, I'm not necessarily by my phone, and I will respond to you. I promise that you will receive a response from me. Typically, I say that I'll respond within 24 hours when it's a school day. So if we're in school and you email me on a Monday at 2 o'clock, you'll hear back from me by Tuesday around 2 o'clock at the latest. It might not be a resolution to your question, but it will at least acknowledge that I've received your communication. Could be, depending on the situation, a variety of responses, which might include setting up a time to talk and hear more. It could be letting you know that I got your question, I'm still working on an answer. But in general, if you contact me by phone, by email, you should expect to hear back from me within one school day. I do try my best to have a home-work balance and to give my full energy and attention to school when I'm at school, and then to give my daughter and my husband my full attention when I'm at home. So you should email me. You should contact me whenever is most convenient for you, because I know that some of you are working, or you're driving carpools to different sports, or you have different things going on. So whenever is convenient for you to communicate, please do. And then I will respond to you within one school day. My commitment to you. So I think that some of you asked some questions about, how am I going to make decisions? How am I going to respond to your questions? And so I came up with just a few commitments to you about my role as a partner to you. So I'm always going to act on what I feel is in the best interest of student safety, student well-being, and students' growth. And that's, growth as a whole child. So hopefully my actions, as you get to know me better, will allow you to see that I say what I mean and I mean what I say. But when I'm in a conversation with you, when we're problem solving, my goal is always to do what's best for our students. I'm always going to listen to you, and I'm going to do my best to understand your perspective or concern. If I don't understand, I'm going to ask you to tell me more. If we're in a conversation and you feel like I'm missing the concern, please tell me. It's really important, I think, that we understand one another and we understand the concern. And I feel as though that is so crucial to effectively moving forward. So I'm going to do my best to understand your perspective and concern. I always want to listen to you, and then we can move forward and work together on a solution. Whether we agree or disagree, I'm always grateful for conversation with you. I know that you as parents want the absolute best for your students, and that's what they deserve. And regardless of if we see the issue the same way or we see it different, know that I'm always grateful to talk to you. I'm always grateful for the opportunity to hear your perspective. And really, as we are problem solving or working together to proactively build solutions, it's important to me that every student come to school every day knowing that they belong here, that they're important here, and that they're valued here. And that you all feel welcome, included, and understood. And so that leads me to one of the biggest questions that I got, is that we have some families that have 2 working families, some families that have 1 working family member, some families that have people working a day shift or a night shift. We have all sorts of different schedules. We have parents who are driving to, multiple activities after school. And, we are going to do our very, very best to be inclusive of everybody who should be represented. And we know that not everyone is going to be able to attend everything. And the idea to me would be to provide opportunity for access, right? And so I don't know that I'm ever going to pick the perfect time for an event or the perfect day for an event, but what I will strive for is variety. And variety, just like I did with these meet and greets. One was in the afternoon, one's in the morning, one's sort of midday. For those of you that might be kindergarten parents, we had one in the evening, one in the morning, we have one midday. Some of our events will be weekend events, some of them will be evening events, some will be daytime events. And I understand that not everyone is going to be able to make everything. And I understand that sometimes that comes with disappointment when there's an event that you really wanted to go to and I didn't pick the time that was best for you for that event. But know that I really do make decisions with a lot of forethought to think about, okay, we've done 3 events at this time, so now we need to move to this time. And if I can't get you there in person, I'm going to try to really get you there virtually. Or the people who couldn't attend these, I'm trying to get them a recording of it. And so that's really an important piece for me. And if you ever have any feedback or thoughts, or you'd like to have a personal conversation, I'm always welcome, always open, to that as well. So that is really the answers to the questions that you guys submitted. This here is just a little bit about me in general. If you were able to attend last time, you might have seen these, but just know I might make a mistake, and I'm really open to correcting that mistake. I'm really open to talking about a mistake that might happen. I'm always going to treat you with kindness. I talked a lot about that belonging piece. I really want to continue the great work that's going on here at Braeside and help further that great work. And I really do believe that together we can accomplish anything that we put our minds to as a school community. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions in the chat related to the topic of me and my communication. If I missed any of your questions, I sincerely apologize, but if you thought of one while I was talking and you want to chat it to me, if you want to be promoted to panelist, I'm happy to promote you. And I don't want to cut us off if anyone has anything they want to ask. Oh, that's a great question. When is more info about the school day and the pandemic going to be communicated, specifically at Braeside? So I try and communicate with you at least during the summer once a week, and then during the school year, you will hear from me once a week. So last week we had the board meeting, and so I just reshared the information that was at the board meeting. My next newsletter will have some more information about specific information to Braeside, and it's not going to necessarily be all at once because we are working together as an elementary team to really make sure that what's happening at Braeside is happening at the same elementary schools. So I've been working really closely with our PTO to get some really exciting things back up and running. So I don't know if any of you knew about the Newcomers Tea. We're going to be welcoming that back. This week we'll talk about another big Braeside event that we're excited to bring back. So it's coming. We only have so many weeks between now and school. So I will be sharing as much as possible with you as soon as I have it. And this week you will definitely hear more from me. I hope that answers your question. Any other questions? Great question. So there will be air conditioning installed at the buildings. Again, we will have tents here. Someone had asked about like with the heat, those kinds of things. So we will have air in the buildings just like last fall. And then we will have the tents outside if people want to go outside, and then normal fans and things like that. With regards to the zero waste lunch, I'll have to get back to you on that one, on if we will be bringing that back. But I know that was a great program that was started here. Other questions? These are great ones. Teacher assignments, that's a great question. Teacher assignments will be sent out next Friday. You'll be able to check your parent portal. So I just put that information in the Bobcat bulletin last week. And then this week, or I hope to be able to include specific directions of where to look for that. And if not this week, then I'll be sure to send a direct communication of how to access your child's teacher assignments. Any other questions about me as a parent or guardian partner? Or questions in general? Yes, we are really excited to welcome Ms. Polyak, who is coming to us from Sherwood. She is fantastic. We feel so lucky that she chose to come over here to Braeside. We will have her here 4 days a week. And she is excited and ready to get started. Oh, sorry, I didn't read the question. This is our music teacher, Mrs. Sayers, who is our music teacher. She retired, and so we have a new music teacher. Thank you for clarifying that. Band and orchestra. That will be a little bit later. We'll be communicating band and orchestra. Once the teachers get back, I'll work with them to get that information communicated to each of you for 4th and 5th grade. Some of these are great questions. Today I would definitely like to stick to as much as we can, me as a parent or guardian partner. If you have questions specific to your child or anything like that, I'm happy to have an individual conversation with you. Enrollment is ever changing. For those of you asking about sectioning and number of sections that we'll have, we are following all district guidelines for sectioning and as far as class sizes, and we are keeping an eye on enrollment. Right now, we are looking great. We're excited to have just a little over 260 students here. And yeah, it's going to be a great year. No major changes to the start time or end time. Just, those will be the same as they were in the spring and prior to the pandemic, which is 8:40 to 3:17 will be our school day. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.